So we continue with our Sri Harinama Cintamani class. Again, we leave the winter called the Vrindavan. And we're remembering the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur under the Siddha Bakul. So we finished first chapter. When Haridas, how we ended that first chapter, remember? What's the answer?
Easiest way to get out is chanting.
This chant the Hari name, and the holy name, no?
The holy name.
So when Mahaprabhu heard, it said that Mahaprabhu also wept. You know, the first Haridas was weeping, he was crying. This time Mahaprabhu was weeping. And he's embracing Haridas. He's embracing Haridas. So like, where I can find a Vaishnava like you, like this. He was so happy with Haridas. Because he knows his heart. You know, Haridas Thakur, he knows the heart of Mahaprabhu. Like he asked the question and he hit the answer very nicely. Like this is, you know. So he embraced Haridas, like, where can I find a Vaishnava like you? He said, like, he know all the tattva, all the truths. He was telling Haridas. That's why he's Namacharya. So he said, you know all the truths. And now Mahaprabhu, he told Haridas, now explain the glories of the holy name. So this chapter, actually, second chapter, is all about the glories of the holy name. This is a very long chapter, so we take it slowly, one at a time. So very important, take note that Mahaprabhu, after he told Haridas, explain the glories of the holy name. Mahaprabhu, he expressed to Haridas his standard of who is a Vaishnava. It's the same answer Mahaprabhu he replied to those devotees from Kolinagram when they asked Mahaprabhu who is a Vaishnava. You know? So what are the three kinds of Vaishnavas?
That one who is changing from the names, it's first things once.
Well, yeah. Yeah, one who chant just even one time the name of Krishna is Vaishnava, he said. And here Mahaprabhu said, one who is able to chant the name of Krishna once, he's the highest of all human beings and he's worshipable. He said, he's a Vaishnava. That's how Mahaprabhu, he said like this. And he said, but one who constantly chants the names, he is a high-class Vaishnava. But the topmost Vaishnava is just by seeing him, one also able to chant all the names. Understand? So he's talking about this is the standard of Mahaprabhu, of who is Vaishnava. Now, so then, Haridas, he's Namacharya. He wants this to be understood, and this we should understand nicely. Because you hear this and you say I chant so many times, I must be a high-class Vaishnava because Mahaprabhu said, constantly chanting. See, there's, you see all these Mayavadis also, they also chant. So would you consider them like Vaishnava? Yeah, so therefore Haridas explained. He said, actually when Mahaprabhu talks about this, chant once, or constantly chanting, or just by his presence, one is able to chant, then he's talking about Suddha Nama. Understand? Pure name. So in this second chapter, Haridas is explaining glories of name. When you say name, you're talking about pure name, the real name, not namabhasa. So there will be a whole discussion about namabhasa. We'll reserve it for later. Now this is a short class. We're just talking about this like Vaishnavas now. Now, one who is chanting, who is able to chant this one, Suddha Nama, that name which is really not different from Krishna himself. When we say Nam, meaning Krishna himself. Because Nam is not different from Krishna. So that particular person, is actually topmost human being. He's worshipable. Mahaprabhu even said, he's a Vaishnava. And those who are constantly chanting Suddha Nama, they are very high class devotee. But by someone's presence, everyone else also able to chant Suddha Nama, that's an Uttam Vaishnava, Uttam Bhagavat Vaishnava. Understand? So this we have to understand. That's what it means. Not like some Mayavadi, he's chanting name. Well, that's not a name. That's not even counted. That's namabhasa. But not. So those. See, even namaparad. When you say namaparad, that is, there's all this like 10 offenses, right? The chanting in namaparad actually is also counted as namabhasa. When it's not nam, it is not Suddha Nam, that means it's abhas. But of course, among the namabhas, there's really like an aparad, like category. So that's namaparad. But really, they're all namabhas. If it's not Suddha Nam, it's namabhas. There are, we can explain it now. There are two kinds of like namabhasa chanting. One is with faith, and one is without faith. Understand? And as far as without faith is concerned, what are you doing? Translation. Okay. As far as without faith, there are 4 types. One is by coincidence, or by they call it sanket. You know, sanket by I forgot the English term. Sanket. I'll give an example. Because there are 2 kinds of sanket. One is you don't know it's the name of God, and of course you don't have faith, and you don't know it's the name of God, but you're chanting that, and so then even that gives you liberation. That's how powerful namabhasa is. What's an example of this? Let's say Valmiki. Let's say, yeah, Valmiki. Now, before Valmiki was Valmiki, he was like he's like a hunter. He likes to kill. He met Narad Muni. So Narad Muni is like, I'll give you a mantra. This very nice mantra. It's like, I'm not interested in any mantra. It's like, no, this is a very nice mantra. Mara. Mara means to kill. Mara. When you're in war, it's like Mara. It's like kill. He'll just chant this, Mara, 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 Ram, Ram. So it becomes Ram. So he doesn't know it's name of God. But look what happened to him chanting this. He became Valmiki. He on his heart, even all these pastimes of Ram, he's the one who even revealed all these pastimes of Ramchandra. So that's the example of sanket. Like another type of sanket is, you know it's a name of God, but you're calling that name not really for calling the name of God, but for calling for someone else. Example of Ajamil. Actually, Ajamil was a Brahmin, and he got by bad association. He got attracted to prostitute, and he's leaving all his Brahminical like dharma. He's living like Sudra. And like very sinful. And what happened when he got a son, then Narad Muni came, gave the name, he said, I'll give name to your son, Narayan. He knows Narayan is the name of God. He knows. But he has no faith. So his son from small, and like growing up, always calling, "Oi Narayan, come here. Oh Narayan, don't do that. Oh Narayan, do this." Like this. "Narayan, Narayan," like this. Calling his son Narayan, like this. All the time calling Narayan. He's not calling Narayan, he's calling his son Narayan. So at the time of his death, he's very sinful. At the time of his death, then all these Yamaduts are coming, ready to bring him to where? To Yamaraj for punishment. But then, he became so scared. You know how, you cannot imagine how fearful situation that is to see Yamaduts. I don't know how they look like, but they say it's so scary, so bad smell and like this. So, he was so scared. He's calling his son Narayan, and really like calling so much Narayan like this. And so then all the Vishnuduts immediately came like this, and then there was this fighting not fighting but like some arguments with the Yamaduts. It's like, why are you protecting him? So he's calling the name of our Prabhu, so we're bound to protect him like this. And because of their conversation, actually he was purified. That's sadhu sangha, Now, so he did not die. He did not die. But then it gave him a chance to change. After that, he did bhajan. He stayed in Haridwar. So at the end of his life, then he became liberated. He went to Vaikunta, like this. So by this, he got liberation. So it started with this namabhasa, which has no faith, but this is called sanket. Another is parihas. Parihas means joking. Now this time, this is more like going towards offensive side, but they're all namabhas without faith. Joking, like you go Harinam Sankirtan, people like, "Oh, Hare Krishna," like trying to joke with you. They're chanting namabhas. That can also lead them to liberation. Okay. Another one is, this is called stobha. Stobha meaning with some anger. Some anger. Like you started chanting, and then because your family not devotees, they become annoyed with you. Like, what are you doing now? Now you become Indian, you become Hindu. Oh, you're not eating meat anymore. You become crazy. You're only eating like vegetables, like this, huh? So what are you chanting? What is this? Hare Krishna, like this. They're also chanting, but they're like with anger mood. Even that navas, even that can lead them to liberation. Like, let's say, they give example of Shishapal. Look at Shishupal. He was like all like insulting Krishna. It's like, like we don't even know who's your mother or father, like that, or he's telling all these pastimes of Krishna, in a way like kind of glorifying him, like insulting him, anger, calling his name like this. What happened to him? He got liberated. But a cheated, is cheating liberation, cheated one. He merged in the body of Krishna. Now, so this is now going towards like more aparad, but it's namabhas. There's what's the other one? There's neglect. What's the term? I forgot the term for that. But you're chanting with disrespect, with neglect. And really this is one of the namaparad. Like, you're chanting, but so much like disrespect. Like, that's Krishna's name. What were you doing? Hare Krishna, and what? You're watching you're watching a movie, for example, or playing video game or chanting Hare Krishna, or you're gossiping, like this. So if that is if that is Krishna himself, and you're chanting, but then so neglectful, like talking to someone else, like this. So this is like going towards like upright. But even that still can really offer like sense gratification. It says namabhasa can give you everything except prem, like this. So that is in the namabhasa without faith. Now there's more discussion on namabhasa in the other chapters, but actually I just wanted to discuss this time about the Vaishnavas, and now I'm caught into this discussion. Of course, we'll continue more later, but we'll stop now. Like something to digest, So like now we're opening many points. Okay, question?
What's the products of Suddha?
When you say Suddha Nama, you're talking about Krishna himself. Like, and this will explain more. I think we'll explain this in like the later of the class, because when there's no more these anarthas, then that time very clear. The Suddha Nama is like the sun. Right now the sun is there, but when there's clouds or there's some fog, you cannot see the sun, although it's there. So name, when you say name, name is always like Krishna. But right now your chanting is not Shuddha, because aparad or anarthas are there, and they're covering this perception of this pure name. Understand? So like when Guru, bona fide Guru, he gives you Harinam. So at least once, when he said that, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, that is Suddha Nama he's giving to you. And you're chanting, accepting that chanting. At least once in your life, you heard and you're able to chant something. So then that's how, okay, we consider you like a Vaishnava at least once. So anyone who is not really chanting Suddha Nama, you cannot consider Vaishnava. They're like Vaishnava Abbas. Vaishnava Abbas. Like almost like Vaishnava. Understand? Okay? Okay, we continue. Next.